Alright everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the first episode of our brand new Arma Reforger Mod Spotlight, where we're going to dive into the freshest mod the community has to offer. Each episode will pick out the standout additions across maps, weapons, gears, props and vehicles, giving you a quick tour of the best new content hitting the workshop. Whether you're building a mission, running a server, or you just want to gear up with something new, we've got you covered. Let's jump into the video. And we are starting off with a map. This one is called Novka. And the summary for this map is where you embark on a journey to the frozen cold regions of Nodka, an abandoned world. So here we are zooming around. Let's have a look at some key points on the overall map before we jump into some other mods. This is what you'll find on the workshop, Novka by Caffeina. So you can tell from the map, it's very well done, very detailed, and there's a lot going on. Down at Vima Bay, and it's got a very detailed port. It looks like a pretty epic place to assault. Construction buildings, the lake looks absolutely wicked. Right, so obviously this is a standard snow map, and as you can see in the distance, we've got awesome looking mountains as well. There's a very scenic map. One of my most favourite parts of the map is this massive dam. So as we're coming up to it, you can actually see ice particles coming off at the bottom of the bridge too, which looks awesome. The water looks so clean and nice, but obviously you'd probably die if you jumped in. So here is the dam, an old dam. Look at the actual effects coming out of there, and looking actually functioning as well. Lots of frozen towns that you can come through, power stations, big churches on mountainsides. And if you look around long enough, you'll find some secret locations. You got a big radar on the hill, which also makes very sus noises. So a little Shinobi over there. Massive valley coming through. Mountain passes with sick looking tunnels. Windy roads, and say this map is done so well. You've got a bit of water to play in, and then you've obviously got all the ice, mountains, forests and residential areas. So let me know what you think to this map in the comments below. Alright, we're going to stay on this map as we showcase all the other stuff, and you can see it from my perspective. Alright, jumping back in, no particular order. Wadoosh, new gun pack. FBI Weapon Pack 1 is on there. This is Weapon Pack 2. It's significantly smaller at 268 megabytes. No dependencies. And as you can see, you've got FALs, sniper rifles, SAEs, all sorts of cool stuff. So we're going to jump into the box and pull some of these out. This is by FBI Watchlist. Right, so you've got an AUG. And you got the working built-in sight on there as well. That's done pretty well. Suppressed. You got your single shots also. Alright, switching over to the AWM or the AWP if you're on CSGO. This looks pretty sweet. Iconic sniper rifle. Really pretty sweet scope on there too. Let's actually... we'll stick a man down there. There he is. Hi, mate. You have a lot of zoom on this scope. And he's a gunner. And a sweet bolt action animation too. Alright, M14 EBR. Oh, very unique sound. That sounds sick. Here it is. We haven't got bacons or anything on this. Is just straight out the pack. You'll be able to mix this with a mod like Raise Optics and put what you want on there basically. But awesome weapon with a pretty sweet skin on it too. Switching over to a Drum Mag SA58, and holy crap, this thing looks sick, man. So as you can see, it's got all the numbers on. The attention to detail is bloody awesome. Lovely unique sound. Drop the suppressor off both of these weapons. Oh, that sounds nice. And the flash as well. I prefer that without a suppressor on. This one. And that, actually. I prefer both of them without suppressors on. Right, SR25. Look at this. You don't even need that raised optics back with this one on. You got your red dot and your scope. With some awesome zoom on. Okay, SR25, DMR. Sounds pretty mental too. You want something a little bit automatic? You got the XM250. Should have working bipod on. Boop. There you go. You can plant that into the ground. Oh, my wrist is a bit funky doodles. Stability on that's pretty insane. A side canted iron sight on there too. Oh, that sounds better. Let's check out the reload animation for this one. Alright, pretty cool. Alright, AR-15 Beowulf. I think this is chambered in 50 cal. Yeah, no suppressor on that one. Just a hell of a muzzle brake to absorb that recoil. Made in Israel. The kick on that, man. Alright, and that's FBI Weapon Pack 2. Just a nice little low megabyte pack with some really highly detailed weapons in. While we're on the subject of weapons, do you need some heavy weapons? Why don't you pop on over to Scorch Heavy Weapons then. It uses two dependencies, WCS armaments and Ares handheld minigun. It's only 83 megabytes. Ares minigun is 16 and WCS armaments a little bit heftier to 50 megabytes. So not a lot overall. Heavy weapons and stuff. And if you would just like to look on my back for a little second, this is some crazy shit. Alright, and you've got a laser Gatling gun and the plasma caster. For some reason, we haven't got any sound on here right now. It's either a conflicting mod or it needs sorting out. But weapon system online, heatsink online, freedom absolute. Okay, and it fires like that. I don't know why it's not making a noise, but it makes the hit noise. You've got the laser Gatling as well. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous, man. And just an honourable mention while it's in there, Ares minigun. Might as well while it's there, look. So Mortalis Ares there of Dark Brew. Absolutely insane. I'll tell you what. I'm putting that on my server, I think. We've got to do a zombie op for that. Great fun. We're going to do a double whammy. If we go into here and we're going over to gear. Alright, so when we're back here, we have got a parachute. Badoosh, that is this one by Kuka. Adds new custom parachute to WCS Arsenal with different camos. Thanks to Alpha Gem for the parachutes framework. I'm not sure if that's included in the mod, but that is here now. We'll see if we can glide, but this project adds fully controllable parachutes to Arma Reforger. I'm not sure. We'll see if this dude's got it on as well, Kuka. So we obviously need an aircraft to go with this. Well, we have something called an SW4. It's actually a Polish helicopter. So PZL SW4, light Polish single engine multi-purpose helicopter. We're going to jump in and then we're going to jump out. So look at these fuzzy seats, man. Rearm, dispenser, flare. Alright, you've got flares in there as well. So it'd be good for a little reconnaissance helicopter. So he says in there, this is just a preview of the ongoing work, but already flyable. It is a work in progress. So all this will be getting sorted. Let's start her up and not hit that lamppost. So here we are. It's flyable. It's quite small, so it's very maneuverable as well. It just feels like it's basically the Huey. but it's something a bit different and looks cool. You always have your Apaches, your little birds, your Hueys and your Blackhawks. It's nice to see some different aircraft getting added. So like we said, we are wearing a parachute. So let's take this thing up and see if we can't turn ourselves into a little pancake. Nice helicopter. Right, so I found with the parachutes you got to be seriously high up for them to open. Every time I just threw myself in the air, they didn't open, but I put myself a little further up. So I'm guessing just make sure that you're at a decent height, have a little play with them. But yeah, parachute framework and the parachutes work well together. You can actually control it in the sky, move around. You don't look too derpy. You know, you're a little rigid. But let's just float on down. Yeah, do a couple of test drops first before we use these boys. I had a couple of pancakes, not gonna lie. Okay, I think I can see where we was at the dam and the bridge over there. This looked pretty cool. We're like 20 or 30 here doing this. Going down to a sort of position. Alright, pull up a bit, we can glide a little longer, I guess. I have a feeling I'm already too low for the bridge, and we're going to land in that freezing cold water and then redo the Titanic. Alright, we're going to go for the landing. Squadoosh. Alright. There's the dam. Missed our target a little bit, but we are alive. Just make sure you are high altitude when that drops, boys, and you should be sweet. Alright, and if you want some AI tweaks, this next one, it's not new, but it has been re-uploaded for the Make Arma Not War one. This is a CRX Infusion AI. You should have this. Do not add this Make Arma Not War. Add the original one, as this one probably won't get updated. This gives you full power over the AI. Formations, stances, flashlight states, simulation states, they're really good for, you can just dumb them right down for stealth ops. If you're doing a stealth thing and you put a couple of guards on the sentries that you want to silently take down, you can just make them absolutely dumb by lowering all of these settings. And you can give them different ranks, or the opposite end, or you can just turn them into absolute terminators. You got the little icon above there, you can edit properties. Going into it, you can set all the factions, obviously, and do all that sort of stuff. But formation scales, investigation radius, combat movement type behavior, CQB, urban. You got suppress. You got all the character settings. Look, from perception to accuracy modifiers, and you just need to come and have a play with this. Really, this is probably a whole different video. There's just so much to do on there. Settings, if you go into the edit scenario properties and go to the enter CRX, you got the global like AI settings as well, so you can just do that, click save. But that is an extremely good mod. And yet, to be honest guys, that is just what has piqued my interest on the workshop this week. So a lot of new mods for you there for you to investigate and have a play with. Let me know what you think about the choices down below in the comments. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned, because we'll be doing one of these every few weeks or every month or whatever, depending if we've got enough content being added to the workshop. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. See you in the next one.